In the day's other news, the House approved a Democratic bill to rein in drug costs under Medicare on a near party line vote. The measure would let the government negotiate prescription drug prices. The bill has little chance in the Senate, where Republicans have the majority. We'll have a detailed look later in the program. Reports from Britain tonight suggest that Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his Conservatives have scored an overwhelming win in national elections. Exit polls give them an outright majority in Parliament. Boris Johnson called the election 2 years early in a bid to break the political stalemate over Brexit. We will look at the results and what all this could mean right after the news summary. Israel is now officially headed for a March 2nd election, its third in less than a year. Lawmakers set the date today after both Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and rival Benny Gantz failed to form a governing coalition. As they read the news today, many Israelis complained of the seemingly endless political stalemate.
It's frustrating to have a third election, to think that we can't come to some sort of agreement as to how the country should move forward. And it just feels, in some ways, a little bit hopeless that there should ever be a peace process.
Netanyahu is under indictment on corruption charges, but he remains in office as caretaker prime minister. Gantz has refused to serve under him. Search crews in Chile have found what is left of a military transport plane that disappeared Monday, headed for Antarctica. It is believed that all 38 people on board died. The C-130 vanished at sea over the Drake Passage, an area known for severe and rapidly changing weather. In India, violent protests erupted today against a new law letting non-Muslim migrants become citizens. Tires burned in Tripura state and in nearby Assam. Windows were smashed and vehicles vandalized, and police killed 2 demonstrators. The Hindu nationalist government has rejected claims that the law is anti-Muslim and would attract more foreigners, diluting local cultures. Back in this country, a deadly attack on a kosher market in New Jersey is now being investigated as domestic terrorism. 6 people, including a police officer and the 2 shooters, were killed in Jersey City on Tuesday. The state attorney general and others said today that the evidence points to anti-Semitism and more.
We believe that the suspects held views that reflected hatred of the Jewish people, as well as a hatred of law enforcement. We are still working to determine how they selected their particular targets for these attacks, specifically both the JC Kosher Supermarket and Detective Joseph Seals.
Investigators say they believe the 2 killers, a man and a woman, acted alone and not as part of some larger group. The Federal Communications Commission moved today to create a 3-digit number, 988, for reaching a national suicide prevention hotline. It is designed to replace the current 10-digit number, making it easier and faster to get help. The changeover could take months to implement. 10 former National Football League players have been charged with defrauding the NFL's health care benefit program. The U.S. Justice Department says that they submitted false claims for medical expenses not covered by insurance. The alleged fraud resulted in more than $3.4 million being paid out.
A group of former players brazenly defrauded the plan by seeking reimbursement for expensive medical equipment that they never purchased. Things like hyperbaric oxygen chambers, ultrasound machines used by doctors' offices to conduct women's health exams, and even electromagnetic therapy devices designed for use on horses.
4 of the former players were arrested this morning. The others also agreed to surrender. There is word that the United States and China are close to an agreement to suspend new tariffs from taking effect Sunday. A number of reports say that if President Trump approves the deal, the U.S. would also reduce existing tariffs. China, in turn, would buy more U.S. farm products. Wall Street rallied on the trade news. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 220 points to close at 28,132. The Nasdaq rose 63 points to a new record close, and the S&P 500 added 27 also finishing at a record. Still to come on the NewsHour, polls close and the United Kingdom's Conservative Party wins its biggest majority in decades. The dueling bills in Congress aimed at lowering the price of prescription drugs. Two former debt collectors embark on a mission to wipe out the medical debt of those who can't pay, and much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.